This is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. I'm having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction here for a moment. Okay. Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday. This is the first live stream for 2022. As always, I'm so excited to be here and to do another video and really celebrating the theme of love rising. That's what is my focus here in January. And it does feel a little bit funny to be really focusing on like that love rising when I think typically people think of love in like February. But it is my intention that we need to like kind of nourish that system, get it going, and kind of like I feel like the word is like we would like prime a pump to make sure that it had what it needed to create the flow of water or whatever is going. And I feel like that we're like priming our body for that experience of living through love in February. So all about love in January, all about love rising. And to build off of that idea of love rising, my question today, my topic today for Let's Talk Tuesday is my topic is a question: what are you celebrating? And I think when we typically think of celebrating something, we think of throwing a party, uh, calling somebody with exciting news, and really focusing on something and growing that. But the truth is, whatever you're talking about is what you're celebrating, unless you set an intention that I need to vent this out. Like I need to, I don't want to feed any of this, but I can't stop thinking about this. I need to just get this, whatever it is in my brain out, whatever this feeling is inside of me. I need to kind of like brain dump the experience. That intention placed on that experience quantifies that as something that you don't want. So, okay, so we're going to dump this out. I can't stop thinking about this. It's, creating this sadness or it's creating this anger. I need to just get it out. When we start a conversation, a lot of times here, as we're switching from the end of a calendar year, 2021, switching into a new calendar year, a lot of us go through that process of like reflecting of what last year was like, or, maybe the last couple of years, because we've had this thing that we've all been dealing with. And we just kind of like launch into that and things that aren't necessarily anything that you want more of. And without setting that boundary around that experience as something that you want to get rid of, you are in a way celebrating that. You're asking the universe for more because you're putting your attention on that. And whatever it is that we put our attention on grows. What we put our attention on grows, period. It happens whether we're complaining, whether we're feeling like a victim and feeding that energy, talking about it, how, this happened to me and this and this. The same experience, we're putting the same amount of energy into, this is going to be that experience of being a victim, that experience of whatever, versus the experience of putting positive energy out there with like, I am going to pay the lottery every week and I am going to be a winner. That's, setting that intention, being very focused, talking about that. Feeding experience is the same as feeding a negative experience of, when we get in the bad days and the bad experiences and the, I don't have control over this and what's in the news and all of that is, you're giving all of that attention and all of that is growing. So being aware of that, what are you talking about? Your attention is on that. You're celebrating it and you are growing it. When we're growing it, that is rising inside of us. that feeling of struggle, that feeling of fear, whatever it is, or that feeling of joy, that feeling of love, when we're feeding that, that is what is rising. So my this is going to be a super quick, let me see, we're at 5 minutes. This is going to be a super quick Let's Talk Tuesday, unless we have some questions, or I had somebody here and somebody not here. So if anybody's here, has a question, has something they want to share, go ahead. But this is going to be a really quick Let's Talk Tuesday, really quick video. So when we find ourselves talking about something, when we find ourselves in a place where we really don't want to grow what we're doing, I gave that good example of really just being like, I don't want to keep this conversation going. I don't want, when I'm going to tell a story about, how expensive this thing is, and then you're going to tell me a story about how expensive that thing is, and then like what isn't in the bank, and what's where, whatever. That's all feeding that negative experience. When we put the boundaries around, like, this was very surprising to me, and it made me feel like whatever. It made me feel worried. It made me feel shocked. It gave me anxiety to be, at the fuel pump, and there was the fuel was so expensive. I feel like I really am going to have to be aware of how much I'm consuming that, and maybe paying attention to, picking a vehicle if I have a choice, one that is better on fuel mileage, contributing to the story that you want, versus getting kind of spun out into what it is that you don't want. So putting those boundaries around. The other thing I love, I ask myself these two questions at least a handful of times throughout the day, every single day. What could be easier? What could be more fun? Instructor in massage school, she would say that when she was teaching us to enjoy what we're doing, have that love rise, find that good experience. It can be a lot of work offering massage. It can be very draining on energy. It can be a long day. It can be something that, it's not like every moment of my life that I'm standing at a massage table, especially in the beginning of my career, I did not necessarily want to be there. So, what could be more fun? What could be easier? I would tell myself that, and I still tell myself that. Ask myself those questions. What could be more fun and what could be easier? And sometimes it's just walking away. And sometimes it's just changing your perspective, changing what that focus is, connecting to what your feelings are. I might not be wanting to open that door and offer a massage, but you know what? It's one more connection that I'm going to make. It's going to make a huge difference in my energy. When I'm done with that massage, I'm going to be done with my day. I'm going to be done with my week. I'm going to, get to see my kids. It's going to make this next hour just fly by. Changing my perspective on what the situation is really, really can change a lot. Sometimes even physically can change how we're experiencing the moment. And lastly, this third question, how can I apply love? How can I get this rising, this love rising? How can I start that process happening? And I added this as like the fourth kind of tip to add. So we have like setting that boundary of what it is that we need to be doing if we have this like negative thing to dump out, asking ourselves those two wonderful questions: what could be easier, what could be more fun? And this third one is like, how can I apply love? How can I get that love to rise? And I love doing these videos, right? And I have to say that because every single video I say that in. And there was a few weeks ago, I was not feeling very well, and I sat down to do the video that comes out on Monday. And when I sat down, I turned the camera on and I could see myself, and I was like, kind of like, ugh, like I was leaning forward. I didn't have my good posture, my open posture. Um, and my head was very bowed, and I just didn't feel good. And then I looked at my notes and I saw myself, and I stood up in a way where, there was, like, this muscle memory of how I sit when I'm doing a video, like, how I prepare, where I put my notes, how I like my computer to be, the lighting, it all sort of, like, now kind of happens, and then I just started to work. I just started to make the video, and I did have to record it a couple times, um, which is, that's usually the way it goes. And when I was done, I felt better. So I stepped into a place where I really just wanted to be laying in bed, but I had this obligation to do, and it pulled me out of that place of stagnation, where I do believe there was some healing happening and there was stuff, taking care of itself. But there it was stagnant. It was very, very stagnant. And when I got up and I sat here and I checked in and when I changed how I was showing up, when I got in the rhythm, the love just started to rise. So when we have things that we don't like to do, like we don't like to do the dishes or I don't like putting away laundry, I feel like there's an attitude that we can apply to that. There's a thought process that we can apply to it. And even if it's, thinking about what it's going to be like when it's over, when it's done, um, asking for help, letting some sort of love, support is another, what I feel like is a very interchangeable word, for love, finding support, finding love. Uh, like bring that in somehow. Find a way to let that love rise up inside of you, because then these mechanisms just take over, and they could really change the experience. They could really chew it up instead of chewing you up. It could digest that instead of eating you away, where it's just laundry, like, who cares? It's just laundry. It's gonna take 5 minutes. That's one of the things I tell myself. It is going to take me 5 minutes to put this laundry away, and, I used to even sometimes set a timer, but it's never taken any longer than 5 minutes, so I don't set my timer anymore. But it's the thing that gets me over that hump of just doing it. Just get there. Just let that love rise, even if it's just the fact that the task is done. Love is rising because it's only going to take 5 minutes. And then it can carry you forward. Love is part of those infinite emotions, or the infinite energy sources, those emotions that all branch from love. They are infinite sources, this rejuvenating, uplifting experiences. Anything that comes from fear is going to be consuming us and breaking us down. And of course, we don't want to put attention on that. We don't want to grow that. We want to grow the love. We want to grow those feelings that are going to be lifting us and uh, inspiring us and making us feel lighter, making us feel supported, making us feel motivated. And so connecting to that story, connecting to that piece of the experience, connecting to something that is going to let love rise, um, is worth the effort. So here we are. Let's talk Tuesday. I didn't talk forever. It's only 13, 14 minutes. So that was good. And I hope this was great information. I was glad to see some people coming and going. I hope that you catch the rest of this video, for all of those numbers that were popping up and leaving. And this is going to be up on YouTube. I got to do some stuff to it. I think it should be up right after, but I might tweak it a little bit once it's up. So this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah, and this is Let's Talk Tuesday. Please subscribe to this channel. Gradually, I love watching the numbers ticking up for the subscribers and the video views. And please check out the website, Life Alignment. Excuse me, Life Alignment Coaching Sarah. Oh my gosh, what the heck? All my stuff is so lifealignmentcoachingsarah.com. All my stuff is just a little bit off of, it's not all the same thing. So I do get a little bit tripped up, but check out the Warrior School that is coming up. There's 2 more weeks where I'm going to be doing videos for webinars of information. And then that opens up places for people to join the school. You have to do the webinar first. And instead of talking to everybody individually, it is so much more helpful to just talk in the webinar. So please sign up for that. Please show up for that. Mondays at 5 p.m. You need a Zoom link to be part of the webinar. So you need to enroll on the website, or if that is too complicated for you, you can just let me know and I'll put your email in and your contact information, and then you'll get the Zoom link. So I think that's it for today. I am so glad that you were here. I'm so glad that I'm here. I will talk to you again very soon. Thank you so much. Have a good night.